what's happening, people? This video, I'm going to put my 2 cents in on this Jamie Dimon situation. You know, the JP Morgan CEO who came out this week and saying Bitcoin's a fraud, and if he caught any traders trading Bitcoin, he would fire them, which I think is so funny for a CEO of one of the largest banks in America to say Bitcoin's a fraud when we all know banks are part of the fraud going on daily within our society. So, I mean, if you look back, I just think this guy, the CEO, Jamie Dimon, really wants to see cryptocurrencies made illegal to make his job more secure. Of course, he is worried about Bitcoin, and the government, you know, they don't want another currency to replace the dollar. The dollar could crash. The dollar could become worthless. We just hit 20 trillion in debt. You know, that's not getting smaller, and the dollar could crash. And is it such a bad thing to have another opportunity of another currency? It's like gold. Does Jamie Dimon want gold to be illegal too? Because it's not specifically a currency, but it's a commodity that's worth something. So Bitcoin was coined a cryptocurrency, which I don't know who originally came up with cryptocurrency as a definition for Bitcoin, but to me, Bitcoin is more of a commodity. All these crypto coins are more of a commodity than actual currency. But then again, anything could be a currency if you can trade it. If I can give you a piece of bubble gum for this pen, is bubblegum then a currency? If everyone's going to accept bubblegum for pens or whatever, you know, it's a free market. We need to let a free market be free, and whatever works, works. Whatever doesn't, doesn't. So, JP Morgan CEO got, in 2008, during the huge mortgage crisis, where all the banks pretty much went bankrupt and they got bailed out by the government. JP Morgan says they didn't get bailed out. They say they only took the money because they were asked to take it, and just to make the government and make this country look good, they had to take the bailout too. Which whatever. And then a year later, here. So that's a different story. Hold on. Where is it at? 2013, JP Morgan agrees to $13 billion settlement with the U.S. over bad mortgages. So they pleaded guilty to allowing these bad mortgages to go through, which caused a huge catastrophe in the market. But that's not fraud. They're not committing fraud, right? Right, Jamie Dimon? That's not fraud. Let's see, what else? They say they only took the money because they were asked to by the Treasury. So they didn't want the money. They're saying they didn't need the money during the 2008 crisis. Yeah, they probably didn't need the money because they made billions of dollars off these bad mortgages that they let go through. They should be in jail. Talk about illegal. Talk about cryptocurrencies being illegal. I think Jamie Dimon should be in jail for committing fraud on the American people, the whole economy. He should be in jail. It's ridiculous. In 2015, he said the same thing. Look at this, 2015. These are remarks from 2 years ago. All he keeps saying, the technology blockchain will be used and may even use transport currency. That's what he said in 2017. So he believes in blockchain, you know, the ledger, which I don't think they do, because you know they don't like transparency. They don't want people. They probably would like Monero or Dash a little better than Bitcoin because it's a little more private. You can't follow the blockchain and the ledger as easily. But he keeps remarking, or he keeps saying that once the governments make this illegal, it's going to drop. No one's going to do it. The values will plummet. He said that 2 years ago. He said it again this year. And he's been spending more and more time in Washington, D.C. recently, and makes me think that he's just protesting, or he's just announcing, kind of pledging to the government to make this cryptocurrency illegal. And at the same time he says it's a fraud, look who's the biggest purchaser of Bitcoin. JP Morgan Securities, Stanley Morgan. They're the biggest purchasers of Bitcoin today. So maybe he's being fraudulent by going publicly and saying Bitcoin's a fraud, and then 2 days later they go and purchase one of the biggest purchasers of Bitcoin in the world. How nice would that be to go say something to fraud, and then once the price drops, even though we all know the price didn't drop based on you, Jamie Dimon, the price didn't drop because you said that. The price dropped because China is banning ICOs. China is banning cryptocurrency exchanges. That's why the price dropped. The price is not going to drop because some bank CEO says it's a fraud. Come on, I mean, and if it's such a fraud, and if you would fire anybody caught trading cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin, you'd fire them. Maybe you need to go talk to your CEO of JP Morgan Securities, Chris Harvey, and fire him for trading all these Bitcoins for all these people. Let's see how many people you're a broker for at JP Morgan Securities. All these companies you're representing and buying Bitcoin for. So why are you going to say they're a fraud? It's so funny. This is a funny meme I found. Bitcoin is a fraud. Then, what price did we get it at 2 days later? Nice move. Unbelievable. So I don't think Bitcoin's going to replace the US dollar and be some world currency, but it's definitely a commodity. Definitely, it's something that it's not a fraud. It's the opposite of a fraud, and that's what the attraction to it is. It's open. You can see everything, and you can't just print more. Look at the U.S. national debt. It just passed 20 trillion. No one's talking about that. I mean, there's a point when the debt to GDP ratio is going to be unable to sustain itself, and the U.S. dollar is going to plummet. They can't keep printing more dollars to pay their debt. The only reason that we're not bankrupt right now is because we can print our own dollars. The U.S. government prints its own money to pay off its own debt, which makes the U.S. dollar worth less. So eventually, you know about Venezuela? Even Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan says maybe in Venezuela, Bitcoin could be used as a currency, but not. He could never imagine in the United States that it could be used for a currency. Has he seen the national debt lately? I mean, it's amazing. So that's my 2 cents on this. I mean, Bitcoin's not a fraud. Jamie Dimon did not make the Bitcoin price drop. The Bitcoin price dropped because of the news in China. People get scared, and most people in Bitcoin are just in it for the commodity, for the investment. They want to invest and hold and watch it blow up and cash out. You know, it's a very interesting project. The governments are trying to regulate it. They want to license it. I don't know how they're going to treat it, but I don't think they're going to outlaw it. China's not going to ban it and outlaw it. They're going to come up with some licensing deal. Just like if you want to start a business, you're going to have to go get a business license and follow the regulations and the guidelines. You know, there's got to be some guidelines or people will just take advantage of people because people are crazy and they just want to take advantage of people. Just like Jamie Dimon trying to say, Jamie Dillon, what's his name? Jamie Dimon. Sorry. Anyways, I think that's about it on this subject. It's just ridiculous. Everyone just needs to do their homework, and Jamie Dimon needs to do his job. And I think Jamie Dimon should be in jail for fraud, actually. That's it for this video, guys. If you have any more comments on the subject, post them in the comments below. Give it a like, give it a subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Try to post more videos on updates, but it's not my only job. But as I can, I will post more updates.